I mean, is that a decision that's been made? What?
Well, we've actually talked about that a lot too, in terms of the affair. And while, yes, to make love would be like a perk, it's much more than that. So just to be able to hear him say "I love you" is going to get me off way more than doing it.
Huh.
Okay. The feedback that you were getting about the possibility, I think, needs to happen early from an audience standpoint, and it stops happening as you go in, because we're going to start looking over our shoulders as you start being careless. So don't keep doing that. Don't take my job away as an audience member. That's
great advice.
Does that make sense?
Right.
So at first, possibility. After that, you guys are in your own bubble.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, let's see what it looks like.
And it would be anyway. Makes sense.
And here he is, our philosopher, shunning us all, pacing the garden and thinking his own thoughts. But what a perfect summer's night. Cool air at last. And the first star. What a pity ladies aren't supposed to sleep under an open sky. When I was a little girl, I always slept in the garden in summer. You've got a new tie.
Yes.
I'm in such an odd mood today.
Okay, stop for a second. How is it feeling having brought it down a little bit?
It's good.
Okay. I think so too. And I love the beginning of the looking around kind of thing. That really put me on alert as an audience member. Now, on your side of it, do you like gardens?
I think so. I think mostly I'm out here because I'm trying to escape, and just because it's like another woman has actually just tried to talk me into having an affair with her.
All right.
And
So
I
that's
ran off from that.
That's why I'm asking you the question.
Okay.
I'm wondering what it is about, because you look like you're in a state of bliss, and I think it would be more in tune with what's going on to be in a state of relief. And that she violates that because you're okay. I'm. All right.
Well, and there's a line pacing in the garden. You know, I don't know if Chekhov's giving you a little clue there. She says pacing in the garden.
Yep.
You might be pissed.
And it doesn't need to be anguish, but I think it's just sort of relief. I'm here. There's nobody here.
Yep.
That I think because either if you walked in and you picked up a flower and you go.
Yeah.
Then you're St. Francis, you know, and there's a bird on your shoulder, and that's kind of what it looked like.
Okay.
And if it's like, I don't really care what's in here. I'm just glad that I have this space. And then she comes in and pokes into this space of yours.
Okay.
Now you're smiling at a place where she's looking at you. And the smiling isn't actually a problem so much because you're happy to see her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when she says, "Do you have a new tie?" you smile there, and I'm not sure why. What is it that you're
Well,
doing?
for me, it's just a little bit of uncomfortability because I feel like she's complimenting me, and I'm not really. Do I like acknowledge the compliment? And I'm kind of deflecting the compliment a little bit right now. Just.
Do you think that she's really complimenting you?
I think so. Just that she's noticing that I have a new tie. I
Can
think
I
that
give
she's
you-
flirting, maybe.
Can I give you a different angle on that?
Sure,
Because I
please.
think if I'm channeling for Chekhov, I'm thinking this is her way of poking even further into this space, and so it's not a compliment. It's I'm I'm poking now, I'm now the next woman coming into this situation with you. I don't want you to look irritated, but I also want you to have a sense of, a different experience of the compliment that as you call
Okay.
it. Try just that, right before that, I just want to let you work with that a little bit.
Yeah,
See
sure.
see what you find having changed the mindset on it.
Okay.
And the first star. What a pity ladies aren't supposed to sleep under an open sky. When I was a little girl, I always slept in the garden in summer. You've got a new tie.
Yes.
I'm in such an odd mood today. I feel pleased with everything. Say something, Platonov.
What do you want me to say?
I want to hear the sound of your voice. I want to hear it say, I don't know, something new, something sharp, something sweet.
Okay, is the laugh right there part of what you're wanting to project? I mean, is there something about that laugh that's helping you?
Yes.
What is it?
Because I wanted to say that I love you,
Yeah.
but don't have the courage, and it's really helpful with these adjustments that we just made, because he's not giving me any sign that he's going to say it.
That's why I was asking
So-
about the laugh. Is the laugh part of a nervousness now that he's actually creating for you? Is his thing making you more nervous?
Mhm.
What's the line then that you just said? I'd like to hear you say.
I want to hear the sound of your voice. I want to hear it say, I don't know, something new, something sharp, something sweet. Because you're looking terribly clever today, and looking terribly handsome, and I'm more in love with you.
Okay, I want you to try something.
Okay.
I want you to try to say it without laughing. Get to the part where you say, I want to hear you. Wait, say it again. I want to hear you say.
I want to hear the sound of your voice. I want to hear it say, I don't know, something new, something sharp, something sweet. Because you're being terribly clever today and looking terribly handsome.
So before that, there was a line.
Um,
I want to hear you say.
Why don't you say, is it the why don't you say something? That one?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then-
so just before that, I've said, I'm in such an odd mood today. I feel pleased with everything.
That's
Say
good.
something, Platinum.
That's kind of a playful moment.
Yeah.
And then there's a little space in there that I'm thinking about.
Mhm.
And I don't even have a clue what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
What's in that space? Right after that.
Oh,
Say something.
yeah, sorry, my P's all plugged up today. What do you want me to say, is what I answer to that. Say something proximate.
What do you want to say? What do you say?
I want to hear the sound of your voice.
Okay, right up to that point, I want you to leave the laugh nervous part out.
Okay.
And then you say something, say something clever.
Mhm.
Then you can put back the playfulness.
Okay.
But the tension that I think you could create with that other, I'm curious about.
Okay.
Can we just try it and see?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. I'm just gonna go from, you'll figure it out. When I was a little girl, I always slept in the garden in summer. You've got a new tie.
Yes.
I'm in such an odd mood today. I feel pleased with everything. Say something, Platinum.
What do you want me to say?
I want to hear the sound of your voice. I want to hear it say, I don't know, something new, something sharp, something sweet. Because you're being terribly clever today and looking terribly handsome. And I'm more in love with you than ever. And you're being so nice, you've caused scarcely any trouble at all.
never seen you looking more lovely.
Are we friends, Platinov?
Oh, of course. If we're not friends, who is?
Real friends? Great friends?
What is this? We're friends. We're friends. You are behaving like a schoolgirl.
So we're friends. But you know, do you, my dear sir, that from friendship between a man and a woman, it's only a short step to love?
Is it indeed? You and I shall not be making that one step to perdition, however short it may be.
You see love as perdition, do you?
Okay, let's stop for a second. I think what I'm hearing is, again, channeling for Chekhov a little bit, is when you say indeed, you put a smile there, but I think that there's truth that we want to get out of that one moment, and then you go to the perdition thing after that. So don't escape the truth moment that he's injecting in that, which again invites you to go further. And
Right.
If the way you're doing it right now is just like no, no, no.
Yeah.
So we want to give her a yes in there somewhere.
Okay.
That's what I'm,
Yeah, I agree.
So instead of her pushing up against a boundary, it's really two things kind of giving way. That's what I see him trying to create there.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
It does. Makes a lot of sense, yeah.
Go just right before that part and see if we can.
Okay.
Is this working out for the two of you? Are
Yeah.
you feeling
It is, yeah. Sorry about my throat kind of keeps taking me out because I'm like starting to speak and I'm like, ugh.
That's all right.
Maybe you're just really nervous.
Huh?
Maybe you're nervous.
I'm not that nervous.
Yeah, she's in love with you.
Oh, just use that. Oh, I am. That's what it is. It's like
Stay with-
washing my throat.
Stay with us, Laney.
Okay.
Sweet. Okay.
I'm up here.
Yeah. that's good.
Ooh.
Okay.
I have never seen you looking more lovely.
Oh, wait.
Give her a truth there again. Give her
Yeah.
truth at the end. Give her the nice, polite thing. You kiss her hand and then give her truth again right there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Leak the truth out.
Poor girl.
I have never seen you looking more lovely.
Are we friends, Platinov?
Of course. If we're not friends, who is?
Real friends?
What is this?
Great friends?
We're friends. We're friends. You are behaving like a schoolgirl.
So we're friends. But you know, do you, my dear sir, that from friendship between a man and a woman, it's only a short step to love?
Is it indeed? You and I shall not be taking that one step to perdition, however short it may be.
You see love as perdition, do you? I see it as something noble. Why should we be ashamed of it? Why shouldn't we take that one short step?
Let's go inside and dance, shall we?
You can't dance. I think it's time you and I had a little talk. I don't know quite where to begin, though. You're such a difficult man.
Don't laugh there.
Yeah, as soon as I did it, I was like, fuck.
That was confusion, wasn't it? It was confusion.
Yeah.
And you took it away. So right before that, go ahead and
Okay.
do it without it.
I think it's time you and I had a little talk. I don't know quite where to begin, though. You're such a difficult man. Sit down. Look, he's embarrassed. It's all right, my dear. Your wife can't hear us.
Perhaps I should say something first.
Perhaps you should.
It's not worth it. I promise you, Anna Petrovna, it's simply not worth it.
Isn't it? Now you listen to me. Sit down.
Okay, stop for a second, Lanny. This is the part where I thought of that line.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. I don't want to believe you.
Okay.
It's not worth it is not convincing anymore, right in this moment. You know,
Yeah.
even pushing and leaking, pushing and leaking. You know, pushing, inviting.
Yeah.
That's the thing I see him writing into this. So it's not worth it. In an unconvincing way, will give us that continued vacillation between the two things. Because this feels decisive.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you want to make us more nervous about this. Like, wait a
Okay.
minute, you don't. It isn't worth it, Lanny. Don't do it. You know, just try that and see.
Yeah, sure. Can we go back just a
Let me
second?
say something.
Oh, yeah, I can go from there. Perhaps I should say something first.
Perhaps you should.
It's not worth it. I promise you, Anna Petrovna, it's simply not worth it.
Isn't it? Now you sit down.
Yeah.
Sit down. Look, if you were free, I shouldn't think twice. I'd make myself your wife. I'd bestow my rank and station on you, but as it is, am I supposed to take your silence as a sign of agreement? I think in the circumstances, it's ungentlemanly of you to not say something.
Let's forget this conversation. Let's pretend it never took place.
You are such a clown, Misha.
Oh, I respect you. And I respect in myself the respect I have for you. I am not against harmless diversion.
I know that, Plato.
But not with a beautiful, intelligent, untraveled woman like you.
Good.
A month or two of foolishness and then to go our ways in shame, I couldn't do
I
it.
wasn't talking about foolishness. I was talking about love.
Oh, and do you think I don't love you? I love you. For your goodness, for your generous heart. I love you desperately. I love you to distraction. I would lay down my life for you if that's what you wanted. Oh, does every love have to be reduced to the same common denominator? I love you as a woman, yes. But I also love you as a person, on top of which, my dear, I am just a tiny bit married.
Okay, stop. Wow.
Yeah.
Did it feel different?
Yeah.
All right, and then and it changed the meaning of the words, really.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
It was just really moving.
Yeah. Well, you had a completely different set of things to work with, and all of a sudden, that line of when you were sitting there and put your hand on is completely different, completely transformed.
Does it feel different?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So so when we do the whole thing, I guess it's the idea is that you emotionally cross that line. You're you're not trying to back over it, by the way. Your heart's not going to be in that at all.
Yeah.
But it was I believed you now.
Mm-hmm.
And I see the pain now that I didn't
Yeah.
see
Yes.
before.
Of the struggle.
Well, and I
The
believe in
conflict.
myself too. Like before, I haven't been believing myself even necessarily.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So this is, it's changing just by these, I don't know what the terminology is, but it's
Different
good.
set of circumstances, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it's your question about the fear.
Sometimes.
You know, what are we afraid of? We always have to ask ourselves of that before we enter into a scene. What is my great fear? If I don't get him, I'll lose everything. So you have to check in with that.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise-
You're changing, by the way.
Oh, it's
the
beautiful.
expressions and everything, they are beautiful. There's.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, it just really is working now. You look more.
Unsure.
Yeah, and it's a different kind of uncertainty, though. It's sort of like the fear's attached to it now
Yeah.
in a way that that I'm connecting to
Mm-hmm.
it.
There's a teetering on the edge kind of that I'm seeing. That's just
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah, it's strength in there.
Yep,
too.
exactly.
So you've stepped out, and that strength is causing Lanny to.
To-
All
oh
wait a
my
minute, she's
goodness.
really not letting up.
Rand, did you have to be
I have
back?
to be back at the office.
One.
And then